the Soul Fantasy Show. Soul Fan Show. Hey, it's the Soul Fantasy Show live for June 26, 2020. Going over the top picks, plays, and studs for the Utah Jazz and Detroit Pistons. Alright, well, as you can see, I'm not very enthusiastic about the teams that are playing today. Anytime Detroit's playing, I'm not too happy about slate. Detroit has their top stud is fucking Derrick Rose. I mean, he's not a stud. So Blake Griffin has 7 times value. He's 3,800. He'll probably wind up getting 21 to 28. But he also has a 44% chance to get 30 to 45 fantasy points. When you see Tony Snell and Bruce Brown Jr. and Christian Wood at the top of the lineups, you know you're not in for like the best matchup. Everybody and their mother is going to play Donovan Mitchell and probably have him in their captain spot. He has a 60% chance to get 30 to 45 fantasy points. He's a sole stud of the day. He's the only stud of the day. The Utah Jazz. Donovan Mitchell, okay, no prices. He has 2,000 minutes, plus minus a 93. He made 560 field goals, 276 rebounds, 264 assists, and 11% turnover ratio. When you think about studs, Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert are the go-to guys of the slate. I'm not happy about the matchup they chose today. Utah Jazz versus Detroit Pistons is a horrible matchup. But if you're gonna have to play it, so you're gonna have to go with Jazz guys today. Here's some of his numbers, and I'll go over the usage rate. So when Bojan Bogdanovic is 10,000 and he's the third highest player here, and he has an 84, you're not looking at something that's going to be high scoring. And when you have Joe Ingles right there almost as the top stud, I can see him in this feed right here, you're going to have problems. So everybody on top only has 3 to 3.7 times value. So most of the studs are not going to hit 5 times value, which is what we look for. If I'm going to play studs, it's going to be Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert, but that's what everybody's going to play. So Mike Conley's very expensive today, and if he gets 26 fantasy points, anybody that rosters him is not going to be too happy about it for 200. I'm not that glad to have him in my lineup. So what were his last? So if you look at his what he has done, I don't know why it's not coming up. 33, 25, 42, 29. That's what you should expect out of 1,100 minute player of a plus minus 49. He only made less than 200 field goals, less than 150 rebounds, less than 200 assists, and he has a 12% turnover ratio. That's Mike Conley for you. Supposed to be a stud, but he just never shows up. Hopefully he gets over that 26 and we can be happy. Maybe he'll get at 42 and just have some kind of flame next to him. I doubt it. Then you got Rose, way higher priced. This is going to be yesterday was a low scoring slate. The first place had 261 fantasy points. I would expect that today as well. I don't see any top dollar studs. Here's Rose. He's 9,800. So then you got to think who are these high values? McRae, 11 times value. So McRae's going in my lineup. Jordan McRae did well the last time he played. Blake Griffin, he could do good for 3,800. You might as well play him. I'm definitely playing him over Tony Snell with 3.6 times value. Luke Kennard for 4K is okay. When I go down here, it's even worse. These guys here are worse. I'm sorry, but so this man here, Dumma Bayou, Dum Dum, I call him. If he doesn't get you that 5, he may wind up getting a 17 to 23, and he might reach out for the stars and get a 32. I doubt it, but he'll hit over 5 times value no matter what he gets. Then we go down to the low end tiers. You don't want to play Morgan. He's going to get 1 fantasy point. If he's lucky, he'll get 12. That's only 2.9 value. Ed Davis is not going to do anything for you. Thon Maker, if he's lucky, he will get 30 fantasy points at the most, but most likely like a 7, 11. Okay, so I'm not playing him. Tony Bradley, he could wind up getting 20 fantasy points and put you up there. So for 1,400, Tony Bradley at 8 times value is worth playing. So is Royce O'Neal. He has a lot of good numbers here. Nothing really low. Royce O'Neal is a fine option. He is 3,200, but he might wind up getting way over 5 times value. So today we're going to look at these lower end tier players. Seko Dum Dum I call him. Seko Dum Dum. He might hit 4.54, but if he gets 40, he's going to destroy the slate, as is Tony Bradley. So these are the guys I'm looking at today. I'm not playing Tony Snell at 3.6 times value. No, I'm not. But Luke Kennard, 7 times value, 30 fantasy points. What is projected? Oh man, it is really rough today. So let's just see what the lineups that are going to throw in for us. So they got Rudy Gobert, Royce O'Neal, Kennard, Rose. I'm not playing. I would just. We didn't touch on Wood. That's usually the guy that does good, the one guy that I don't touch on. So, most likely, I'm putting Mitchell in my captain spot. So I'm trying to get Mitchell and Rudy Gobert in the lineup that I have. So then I'll go down to either Tony Bradley. I'll probably just put McRae in because he's a good option. And then I did not talk about Jordan Clarkson because he's 8,600. That's very expensive. So we're going to reach out and go with him. And then you're going to have to spend up. You're just going to have to spend up for Bogdan Bogdanovic. That's what you're going to have to do, unfortunately. If you want to keep Blake in, that's fine with me. I would not spend up on Connolly. These guys are going to be spending up on aren't going to do anything much better than the options you have. So as long as you have Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert in, I mean, they're the top studs. So, I mean, those are your options today. So let's just go with our lineup and see how it goes. Yesterday I came in 400th place. As you can see, alright, so there's 3 spots today. Simulated 200 player, 4 tickets. So the ticket event, there was 16,000 people, and I came in 400th place, so I didn't win a ticket, but I came in 400. That's pretty nice out of 16,000 people. I won 25 cents on this main slate, so if I would have put my ticket lineup in, I would have did better. All right, so you have about 3 options at captain: Mitchell, Gobert, Bogdan, I guess. Uh, um, oh man, this is rough today. So we're gonna go here and here. Just to start here, here. Now, there's no problem. You have two players that you need to spend down on. So we got McRae. So if you want to put, I'm gonna have to get Bogdan out because he's just super expensive, and I don't know why. Clarkson, McConnelly, they're also expensive. Ingles is expensive. Wood is pretty cheap, so I'm just probably gonna put Wood in, and then I have 4,800 left. This guy right here, um, I don't see any information here about him. But for 4,800, he is nothing to spend 4,800 on. If I put Kennard in, I have 800. I'm just putting Rose in just because he's Rose and he's the only star on Detroit. So I'm man, I just don't want to play Wood. I'm having trouble. So if I go here, maybe I can get him out. And no, it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. Maybe I could just. This is tough today. I'm sorry. This is hard. All right. So if we go Rose, we have 3,000 to spend. Galloway, no. I want to play Blake for fun. He always sucks, but he's 3,800. Who cares? McRae's staying in my lineup. I have 3,000 to spend, and I don't know what to spend it on. Wow, that's awesome. So we have Rose. Let's just get him out because he's due for a bad game. So I'll just put him in. That's it. That's what I'm doing. That's it. All right, let's go over our second lineup and make it a little different. All right, so maybe I'll just change my captain. There's money to spend with Clarkston. He has never been known to do anything. So you're obviously only gonna put one of these two guys in your captain spot. So if you want to just spend, you go boom, boom, boom. Then you just go down and you put one of these lower tier guys that I was talking about earlier in. You could put Bradley or Dum Dum. Prefer Dum Dum, McRae. Okay, see, there's nothing wrong with this lineup here. All right, there's nothing wrong with it. You have Rudy Gobert and Mitchell in. That's all I care about today is you putting them in. If you have to take Rose out, you have to. But you can just go here and put Rose in over him. So that's just what I'm going to do. You don't have to do it. You can. Let's go over our last lineup. For fun. This fun lineup. All right, so one of these two top guys are your captains, no matter what. Do not fucking put anybody else other than those two guys in as captain. So here I go, Rose. Clarkson is fun to play today. I'm not spending enough for Connolly. He never does anything. So let's just go down to these lower tier guys. So Thon Maker is very high priced at 2,000. He should be about 1,400. So let's just try Bradley for fun. So we have 7,000 on average per player. We don't have Mitchell in yet. All right, so now we have Mitchell. So I either go Dum Dum or McRae, and I personally am going to go McRae. So I still have 1,000 to spend. You're gonna have problems spending all your cash today. It doesn't matter. You're just gonna do it because that's how it's gonna roll today. People are gonna have plenty of money to spend, and you're gonna have money left over. That's not a problem. Have fun, roster in this horrible slate. It's the Soul Fantasy Show. Soul Fan Show.